At the top of the hill he waited. He was much too soon. There was half an hour still to go. The east wind came whipping across the fields from the higher ground. He stamped his feet and blew upon his hands. In the distance he could see the clay hills, white and clean against the heavy pallor of the sky. Something black rose from behind them, like a smudge at first, then widening, becoming deeper, and the smudge became a cloud, and the cloud divided again into 5 other clouds, spreading north, east, south, and west, and they were not clouds at all, they were birds. He watched them travel across the sky, and as one section passed overhead, within 200 or 300 feet of him, he knew from their speed they were bound inland, up country. They had no business with the people here on the peninsula. They were rooks, crows, jackdaws, magpies, jays, all birds that usually preyed upon the smaller species, but this afternoon they were bound on some other mission. They've been given the towns, thought Nat. They know what they have to do. We don't matter so much here. The gulls will serve for us. The others go to the towns. He went to the call box, stepped inside, and lifted the receiver. The exchange would do. They would pass the message on. "I'm speaking from the highway," he said, "by the bus stop. I want to report large formations of birds travelling up country. The gulls are also forming in the bay." "All right," answered the voice, laconic, weary. "You'll be sure and pass this message on to the proper quarter?" "Yes, yes." Impatient now, fed up. The buzzing note resumed. "She's another," thought Nat. "She doesn't care. Maybe she's had to answer calls all day. She hopes to go to the pictures tonight. She'll squeeze some fellow's hand and point up at the sky and say, 'Look at all them birds.' She doesn't care." The bus came lumbering up the hill. Jill climbed out, and 3 or 4 other children. The bus went on toward the town. "What's the hoe for, Dad?" They crowded around him, laughing, pointing. "I just brought it along," he said. "Come on now, let's get home. It's cold, no hanging about. Here you, I'll watch you across the fields. See how fast you can run." He was speaking to Jill's companions, who came from different families, living in the council houses. A short cut would take them to the cottages. "We want to play a bit in the lane," said one of them. "Oh, no, you don't. You go off home or I'll tell your mammy." They whispered to one another, round-eyed, then scuttled off across the fields. Jill stared at her father, her mouth sullen. "We always play in the lane," she said. "Not tonight, you don't," he said. "Come on now, no dawdling." He could see the girls now, circling the fields, coming in toward the land. Still silent, still no sound. "Look, Dad! Look over there! Look at all the girls!" "Yes, hurry now." "Where are they flying to? Where are they going?" "Up country, I dare say, where it's warmer." He seized her hand and dragged her after him along the lane. "Don't go so fast, I can't keep up." The gulls were copying the rooks and the crows. They were spreading out in formation across the sky. They headed in bands of thousands to the 4 compass points. "Dad, what is it? What are the girls doing?" They were not intent upon their flight as the crows, as the jackdaws had been. They still circled overhead, nor did they fly so high. It was as though they waited upon some signal, as though some decision had yet to be given. The order was not clear. "Do you want me to carry you, Jill? Here, come pick her back." This way he might put on speed, but he was wrong. Jill was heavy. She kept slipping, and she was crying too. His sense of urgency, of fear, had communicated itself to the child. "I wish the gulls would go away. I don't like them. They're coming closer to the lane." He put her down again. He started running, swinging Jill after him.